Ciao a tutti amici Radio Bocconi, siamo in diretta dal Magnolia qui a Milano, dove questa sera suoneranno in esclusiva per la seconda volta in Italia, dopo lo show di ieri sera a Terni, Kitty, Daisy e Lewis, tre fratelli londinesi che hanno rivoluzionato, per così dire, il mondo della musica rock and roll, country e R&B. Welcome to Italy, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Buongiorno.
Grazie.
Which are your first sensation emotion in Italy?
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. We like the pepperoncino.
Did you taste something new? It's something you had never tasted.
Aglio.
Did you have time to, you know, visit Milan or something, or not?
Not really. We've been pretty busy today with promos and sound check.
Very Como.
Now, start with the first question. In January you released Kitty, Daisy and Lewis, the third, that is your third album, of course. But in 2008 you released an album with a very country, rock and roll and Hawaiian sound, I remember. But in 2015 the new album is a little bit different in the sound. What changed in these 7 years?
We built a new studio, so we've got a bigger kind of space to work with. So the production is a lot kind of bigger sounding. And obviously we've grown up, you know, the years have gone by and just kind of developed our sound and added more of our influences into the music.
This is one of the reasons, and you worked with one of the greatest musicians in the world of all times, that is Sir Mick Jones, the guitarist from The Clash, that are my favorite band, The Clash. And, and how much Mick Jones influenced your kind of music?
Well, we'd kind of written all the songs before he got on board, really. But we did a lot of rehearsing with him.
He definitely influenced me, like with one of my songs in particular. Whenever you see me, it comes in with a kind of guitar. My dad's not quite as good as Mick Jones, but kind of has a bit of a London calling feel. But I didn't really know that till after we'd all sort of developed it together, and then I was like, oh, that sounds a bit like that. Make it more like that.
Great. Can you tell us something about Feeling of Wonder, that is a song included of your album with Mick Jones?
It's a song that I wrote when I was about 17. Well, yeah, because the lyrics said... No, I didn't write it when I was 17. When I was about 18 or 19. It was about an ex-boyfriend at the time, and when we recorded it, it was good because it's got that kind of funky vibe, and then in the rehearsals we kind of had a break, and we felt that Mick should take a guitar solo there, so he came into the studio and laid down a guitar solo, and he wanted to redo it, but we said no, it's good, leave it. So we went with that. He did it in one take and it was perfect. Yeah. So it was good fun. It was quite good when we were rehearsing. We rehearsed with him for about 5 months because our studio was still being built. And he actually brought his guitar along and learned all the songs with us, inside out. So yeah, that was one of the solos that stood out in particular. And he just sort of rocked out and we were like, yeah, you got to do that. A lot of the stuff he played was good, but well, yeah.
This is your European tour, and in April I know that you will go in the USA to do another tour, but I know also that in June and July you will play in some music festival like Pin Pop in Holland, or maybe in Hyde Park, the British Summertime. You played too in Glastonbury, that is the most important festival in the world. So I want to know if for you festivals are important and why.
I think they are important because, you know, a lot of people, especially young people, go to festivals these days. You know, instead of going on holiday, they'll go to a festival with their friends. So I think it's important to play because you're playing to a big audience. People hear your music and it's good fun. yeah, it's good for getting, you know, different types of people interested in your music. If you just do like your own show, it's your fans. But the way to reach out to new people is by doing festivals and like TV and stuff like that.
I wanted to know that if it's true that you recorded in an abandoned Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I read something and it was like, oh my god, how did you record your album there? How did you do that?
Yeah, it was shut down for 15 years. So it was in a really bad state. And there was, you know, things everywhere, curry everywhere, pigeon poo everywhere. There were like porn magazines up the chimney, like from the 80s. All sorts of things, like foxes and stuff. So yeah, it took forever to clean everything out to start with. The whole process took about 3 years to actually build the studio. And yeah, we had to, you know, dig the floor out. Yeah, we discovered loads of cool like features and stuff there.
Why did you choose like a restaurant? Like
there's not many other places available in London. There's not many places, so when something comes up.
And it was local to where we lived as well, in Camden Town. And my dad used to eat there when it was open, so we've always kind of like known that it's there and stuff, and always had an interest in that building. So yeah, when it went up for auction, we went for it.
Another question is, I know that you don't want to use digital devices, right? So how do you record your songs?
Well, when we installed the studio, we moved a lot of the stuff that we had in the old studio, but in my mum's house, the studio was 8-track. So it was 8-track tape recorder, whereas this time we had 16-channel tape machine, so you can put more things on there, like the strings and all that kind of stuff, you know. And we use more like EQs and compressors and things like that.
Yeah, that's why the third one has, you know, more of a bigger production.
Okay. And what are the pros and cons about being in a band with your siblings? I mean, how do you get along all the time?
Well, we all get on pretty well and we always have a good laugh and stuff. I think like the bad thing is that you're not scared to like say anything to each other, so you'll just like swear and curse and feel like it. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's the family, so hopefully nothing serious comes of it.
And how is performing with your parents? I know that sometimes they perform with you on stage.
Yeah, they're in the band, so it's good because we've always played with them. So it just kind of feels normal to us, I guess. But yeah, it's unusual for other people, I think. But for us, yeah, it's normal, you know.
I know that you grew up in a musical environment. I mean, your mother played in the Raincoats, and there was a very famous female punk band, and your father is a musician, engineering musician. How do you say in English? Music engineering?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. And so you grew up in a musical environment, but I mean, I know that music is a very important part of your life, but do you have any other hobbies apart from music?
It's hard to find time for other things, really. But yeah, there's things that we're into. We like going to the pub.
I'm always doing stuff in the studio, like fixing equipment and building things and all that. There's always stuff to do there, so any spare time I get usually goes on that, you know.
I used to be quite into art and drawing and stuff, but I haven't really had time lately. So
Yeah.
I've probably lost it now.
And I also know that you say in one interview that you usually write songs because of regarding relationships or exes. So what is the event that most inspires you? I don't know, maybe emotion or important events.
I guess it depends what you're feeling at the time. Like for this, the album, The Thirds, they were kind of written over a period of like 3 or 4 years. So what I was going through in that time, just the different stages of kind of one relationship, I guess. But I think we all kind of had our own inputs into that. So yeah, I don't know, just several things really. Depends what you're feeling at the time.
And you just like, you have an inspiration, you just write it, or maybe it's the longest process?
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly like musical kind of influences, I guess. Like, depending what kind of mood I'm in, what kind of music I feel like listening to. Like whether it's like a South American vibe or like a calypso vibe or something like that, I'll play some like calypso chords or something. Depends, you know.
And what are the artists that most inspired you? Yeah, the most famous artists that inspired you in your music?
Loads of different people. I mean, we grew up with loads of different kinds of music, so there's so many different genres and things that influence us. And a lot of it wasn't even records, it was just watching other people play and just singing at home and just, you know, or being with family and stuff, you know. So everything, really.
But to name like a few names, obviously I'm 26 now, so it's all the music up until now. But I guess for this particular album, like the Kinks, I was listening to a lot. T-Rex, Blondie, Susie Quattro, that kind of thing. So it's different for all of us because we all have different tastes.
Yeah. So what kind of music do you usually listen to?
I guess during the making of the album, I was listening to a lot of Oscar Aleman. Don't know if you've heard of him. He's an Argentinian guitarist. He was kind of popular in the 30s. Like really nice guitar playing, so that kind of influenced me quite a lot. And a lot of kind of 60s psychedelic Bollywood stuff, which is quite unusual. But I really like the vocals and stuff. And the kind of beats and the drum patterns and stuff, like unusual melodies, kind of quite because it's unusual. So when you get bored of listening to the same generic kind of rock music, it's nice to listen to something a bit different and get inspired by that.
And I know that you open, a lot of concerts from famous bands such as Coldplay, and I wanted to know which was the, most important experience as a supporting band for you?
I guess supporting Coldplay was the most important one because firstly it was the first time we'd ever been on any kind of tour. Kitty had just finished school. We went straight on the road, bang onto a tour bus, and it was thrown in the most sort of expensive production you could imagine. It was really bizarre.
And I know Chris Martin said that you're fucking amazing.
Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah.
I agree with Chris Martin.
And do you remember something, unusual that these famous artists said to you? Maybe some advice, I don't know.
Not really. I think that the most important thing is that they kind of hang out with you and get to know you, because when you invite a band to tour with you, it's kind of nice when they come and say hello and hang out and get to know you and most importantly like your music.